So I had a friend come over this past weekend, and he brought over his cooler, and I noticed underneath his lid it was a little yellow, so I asked him about it, and he said he sprayed it with the foam, um, and it helps keep the cooler a little bit better. It's sort of like a cheap Yeti. So I've had this little igloo cooler, and we were using it as well. So I am able to pinch the top, so air is the insulator on this thing. So I'm going to tape off the holes, drill into it, and add some of this stuff, and it should probably make the cooler be a little bit better than what it was. It's like a 1/4 inch drill bit works. So I put the tape over there so I know the spray stuff gets everywhere, so that it doesn't totally mess up the lid. Once it's cured, I can just cut it off, and then I'll patch it up with some white caulk. Probably should find the center. So I filled it up, and I keep wiping away the stuff that keeps seeping through so it doesn't stain the top. So now all I have to do is just let the stuff dry. I was hoping when I was going to use this can that it would work. I had this when I had the Reynolds that I sold 5 years ago, and I'm reading the instructions. It says might not disperse past the date. So the date on here was 2018, so lucky for me it did work. So I'm gonna trim off. So it's only been maybe about an hour. I mean, it is hard, but I'm gonna start just trimming off a little bit of it, so it just makes it a little easier when it fully cures. It says fully cures in 8 hours. So I thought it would be good, so I started taking off the tape. So don't do this. Let it wait the full 8 hours. So I'll check on this tomorrow because it's still just foaming up. Alright, lesson learned. So I kept wiping it and wiping it, just kept coming and coming. So I was like, what the heck am I going to plug this hole with? So some of the pieces I just cut off the top here. I just shoved in the hole there. So hopefully that'll stop it. It might just push it out, but I just didn't want this top getting all yellowed, so I might have a yellow corner when this is all done. So I lucked out, no more really seeped out, so I'll just trim that up. When it said 8 hours to cure, I thought totally hardened, but I didn't know it'd still be expanding after an hour or so. But I lucked out. Let me just clean all this up here. Tape really helped. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to countersink these a little bit so I can fill it in with caulk, because I don't want moisture getting in here and then this whole lid getting all moldy. So I'm going to stop this project and let this cure some more. So all of these were fine, but up here it was actually still a little damp and it was sticking to the drill bit. So I want this to dry some more before I fill this in with caulk. So I'm at the point where I'm going to start caulking the holes. This was one I had in my caulk gun, but even, you know, I was stabbing it, there's still fluid in there, but it's like blowing back and getting all over this. So I'm just going to slice into this container. That way I don't have to open up a brand new one that I had. So years ago I was replacing a window in a bathroom, and at the time I had people there putting in new kitchen cabinets in the rental. And the guy was watching me do the window, and then I was getting to the part where I was caulking, and I was like, this is the part I hate. And he asked why, and I said, because this stuff just gets everywhere and I could never make a nice bead. So he said the trick is to have your finger wet when you're doing the caulk. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a mess here, but anyway. So what you do, yeah, I'm trying to get on camera here. So have your finger wet in a wet rag, and then after you do like your bead of caulk, like this was around a window, just take your finger, wet finger, and it just leaves a very nice clean caulk line. And I didn't know that, so I always have a little bit of water when I do this, so it makes the job go a whole lot smoother. So I'm just putting the caulk on here just to prevent moisture from getting inside. So yeah, you just keep dipping your finger in the water, getting nice smooth lines. So I was seeing like a life hack video the other day, and on the lawnmower they were zip tying like a soup can to here to hold bottled water. I've got a friend out in Idaho, and if I did that to my lower, he'd say that's pretty redneckish, so I won't be doing that. But I did have a bicycle that we had gotten rid of, and I saved the water holder for it. So I'm going to attach that onto here and just give me water on the move, so I don't have to keep opening up the garage door each time I have to get something to drink. So when I put in a regular water bottle, it slides around. If I put in a sports drink one, it holds it in there real good. So if I just put a koozie on the water, it's going to keep it snug in there. So hey, that worked out pretty well. So you look hard, you'll be able to see where I had caulked in everywhere, but otherwise I'd say that's a pretty successful job. So I was using this to hold the screws that I had on this little lawnmower hack. I had bought this after I was working on building my shed. I saw somebody building the same type of shed and they had one of these. It's pretty cool. It's got magnets inside, so it just holds the stuff together. So if you don't have an extra pair of hands and you just need to hold some screws. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't remember what I paid for it. I did get it off eBay, so just search out like magnetic screw wrist holder or something like that. So yeah, some of you asked why didn't I just buy a Yeti. Well, I don't really use coolers all that much, but no sense in throwing this out because it still functions, but maybe it'll hold stuff a little bit cooler now that I just did this trick. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.